All right, we may have seen a couple. Oh God, it was a couple weeks ago now, wasn't it? It was like maybe it was about a month ago or two. You had the whole drama with KSI's not very good song in which it fully promoted Prime energy drinks in the middle of his music video. Did anyone see that, or is it just the weird corner of the internet that I was on? I didn't see loads of it. It was just all over Twitter and everything else. So I got recommended the Sunny V2 video on this afternoon, and I thought we might as well watch that together because that looks fun and interesting. Because I don't know, to me the title implies there was something else to it rather than just writing a shit ass song. So we're gonna take a look at that.
Received professional reviews of 0 out of 100, whilst his audience called it probably the worst piece of music I've ever heard.
I will say I have heard the song. I did watch the music video. It was certainly music. It was certainly music. I don't know if you could call it singing with the amount of auto-tune, but it was music. Someone wrote those. Someone wrote the notes, and it was performed.
Yet KSI still made 100 million people watch it by employing a unique but extremely risky strategy. About a month prior to the song's official release, KSI performed Thick of It for the very first time. It was during a live appearance at the Misfits boxing match, and is suggested by a comment reading, "I love how nobody hated this song when it was on Misfits. People initially really liked it. Barely anybody disliked the video, whilst many comments encouraged Thick of It sounds awesome. Dude. The Thick of It is one of his best songs in a while. New song is so fire. I'm so excited for the official release."
Which, it's implied that that's not the case, but I am going to say reading those comments, they do read quite bot-like. It's obviously the implication here is that those are real people and the reception was positive, but those do kind of read a bit like bot comments to me, I'm not going to lie. Interesting, okay.
KSI was busy with a different official release.
We came together to create a Lunchables competitor.
Oh my god, did you guys see this? I don't know if we watched a video. We haven't watched a video on this. I think we meant to. But the whole Tommy in it versus LoganPaul for their, like, lunchly, like, the shitty Lunchables thing. And then the whole thing where they went after Rosanna Pacino because they were covered in mold and she did a load of stuff on that. The one thing that I took away from all that, which we haven't covered, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, basically they made a competitor to Lunchables that they were marketing to children, and Tommy in it basically came out and went, he mocked them for it. He was like, promoting junk food to children with your massive platforms, not the most morally correct behavior, which I agree with. But the one thing that I took away from that was there was a moment where LoganPaul reposted the nutrition facts from Lunchly, and the rebrand of sodium to electrolytes is crazy because one of the things they did was, oh, it has way more electrolytes than Lunchables, which makes them healthier. And I was like, astronomically more salt and we're promoting this as a health benefit is crazy. That's mad. I don't know if you can even label things like that here. I don't know, like, American law or anything like that. But I don't know if you're allowed to do that here. But that was nuts. And then people taking Tommy in its response, so he made like a mock video where he was like, I'm going to promote Vapely, and it was like this fake vape ad that he did. And some people took that seriously. They're like, oh, you don't like that they made Lunchables, but you made a vape ad. And it's like, no, it's being facetious. It's a joke. But yeah, and then some other shit came out where people started buying them and they had mold on them. And then Rosanna Pacino got involved and she started doing some stuff. And I think there was some lawsuit threats thrown around. But huge. And that was KSI, LoganPaul, and Mr. Beast. I just... an insane couple weeks on Twitter, I'm not gonna lie.
I'd like to introduce you to Lunchly.
Just 16 days after the Thick of It live performance, KSI launched Lunchly with Mr. LoganPaul. Although with both of them being embroiled in drama, people found any excuse to hate on the product. General nutrition was the primary concern, yet it was Dan TDM's tweet that involved KSI. What happened?
Oh yeah, and then Dan TDM got involved. And LoganPaul, sorry, it was KSI who started just going off at Dan TDM, of all people, for weeks. And Dan TDM only dropped this tweet and never engaged any moment more. It was like the Dream and Quackity drama, where Dream was like, it's a problem, and Quackity just never said anything. Stayed silent the whole time, just won, because he never addressed it, never spoke about it, never talked, didn't want to. Fine, go off, king. But Dan TDM did the same. He's been around the YouTube sphere for so long. He was like, I'm not going to say anything. He just didn't. He didn't address it, didn't talk about it. He dropped this tweet saying, I don't appreciate this. Said nothing else. And KSI was just like, Dan TDM wishes he was me. Dan TDM wishes he had my audience. Dan TDM isn't even that guy. I'm that guy. Dan TDM wishes he was that guy. And it was like one of the craziest set of crash outs on a podcast I've ever seen at someone who just literally did not care. Wild.
To YouTubers, man. I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better. Well, KSI responded stating that Dan had sold crappy products to his fans too.
Looks like crap to me. How does this benefit your fans, Dan?
He doubled down by adding that Dan also promoted and made a whole video on Munch Pack to his Minecraft audience full of kids, yet absolutely no one was taking KSI's side. Bro, I'll be honest, your shit just sucks, and people like Dan TDM more than you.
The Midas tweet, I'm sorry, that's a crazy throwback to like 2020, like peak Minecraft YouTuber Twitter. If anyone here knows who Midas is, I feel like you're entitled to financial compensation. The insane amount of like Twitter drama in the Minecraft YouTube sphere like just based on people hating Midas and his opinions. I don't have an opinion on the guy, but this guy essentially just didn't like Dream and was part of the Minecraft YouTube sphere. That's just a crazy throwback. I haven't seen anything. I didn't even know this dude was still active on Twitter, and now he has a blue check mark. That's mad. That's mad. Blast to the past.
Take the L, man. You ain't winning this, Tubbs. KSI was quick to respond with a video reinforcing his own position.
When it comes to Twitter,
because KSI kept making videos and going on podcasts and doing other stuff, and Dan TDM just never said anything.
Twitter is just a cesspool of the most depressed people on this earth. It's like 4chan, but with lower IQ.
Before proceeding to insult his entire subreddit.
The IQ of this Reddit has just gone down the fucking pan.
So when only 6 days later, he'd release another thick of it snippet, the audience responded with their own hostile energy. Whoever found this gem, please put it back. This song could probably clear a room faster than a fire alarm.
The jokes were good, I will say. Some of the lines that came out of this hating on this song were kind of bangers, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna play this at my funeral, and then everyone will be jealous that I'm the dead one. A different person shared the snippet to TikTok, warning KSI is threatening to release whatever this is, which received over 6 million views.
This is one of the worst songs I've ever fucking heard in my life. All my ops getting it. You're not ready. Bro, who exactly are your fucking ops? Dan TDM?
JJ's poor image had completely doomed Thick of It.
People just hate us. And they hate me.
And if he couldn't become any more hated, he might as well lean into it. This
is one of those things, right? The argument that this video is making is that it's a genius idea because, you know, he made a lot of money off this. And there's always the people who are out there it's just like, all publicity is good publicity. All like, you know, like, all attention I can get is good attention because at the end of the day, it's all views, it's all money. And that's very fair, but I feel like if you're KSI, you shouldn't need to have people hate you so that you can make money because I feel like you're already rich. If you're a person that is like, yeah, I'm going to throw away my dignity on the internet. I want to be, you know, I don't care. I want attention so I can make money. That's one thing. But I feel like if you're doing that and you're already such a big name and you already have so much money, I'm kind of like, I don't know, it's a little embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. And then also to turn around and be like, your whole audience, like, my subreddit full of my fans, the IQ of y'all has just gone down. It's like, I don't know, man, they're the ones paying your bills. Maybe be a little bit nicer.
Told Dan TDM and Lunchly Beef really shows that I'm in the thick of it, out October 4th. Pre-save link down below. In a different tweet he'd state, a lot has happened these past few days online, so here I am addressing everything below, attaching a link that redirected his viewers to pre-save the song. KSI again called out Dan TDM, before doing so yet another time, attracting so many people who wanted to hate KSI, they'd click on the song song just to leave nasty comments. This worked perfectly. Upon Thick of It's release, it instantly went viral, boosted by people who were simply there to hate. Bro took a 1.5-year long break from music and came back with this. Take 2 years next time. Pretty confident he got ChatGPT to write him a cool rap song. This song is the best argument I've ever seen against free speech. On a list of worst songs to ever exist, Thick of It took all 10 positions, while even Jake Paul tweeted, "Thank you KSI, you hero. My 83-year-old grandpa hasn't been able to walk in years, but when you released this song, he finally stood up and turned this shit off."
I don't even know what to say. You make a lot of money from it, to be fair. I'm sure, like, there's some benefits there, but I will say, I don't think it was intentional. Not that I'm saying KSI strikes me as the type of guy who doesn't think things through to that extent, but I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is I feel like KSI, maybe towards the end, he realized he could capitalize on it. But I also think towards that point, he realized that touting around the fact that he'd done it on purpose did kind of help him save face a little. I feel a lot of his podcast appearances towards the end of the drama were like, "Oh, and none of you even realized that I was just using you to make money, ha ha ha." It felt a little silly. Like, it felt a little like, oh, he's realized that he's not come out looking very good. And this is a way to turn it around and be like, no, but I did it on purpose. I think he realized he could capitalize at the end, but I think at the beginning he just got his feelings hurt. I think at the beginning he just had a little bit of a crash out moment on the internet because he felt a little bit disrespected and people weren't backing him up, and that's not a nice feeling. Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. But congratulations, I guess. I hope you made your cash.
KSI responded stating, "Looks like you've got your next opponent lined up then," introducing the risky but effective part of JJ's strategy, pretending to be annoyed by the hate the song was getting.
Today we are reacting to Thick of It TikToks. You guys are just on a hating rampage. Cool, let's do it.
He'd retweet videos mocking the song, demanding that people stop taking the piss, before again kicking the hornet's nest by tweeting, "Stupid fans leave trash comments on my new song think they're getting to me. You're not. It's not funny. It's boring. You're wasting your time."
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point when bro started making these kinds of comments a lot, it was him capitalizing on it, but I think originally at the beginning, he was just kind of butthurt that people didn't like his song, which is perfectly valid. People put a lot of effort into making music. It takes a lot to put yourself out there into a new category, into a new thing to make stuff. But I feel like his feelings were just hurt at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it just was a bit of a genuine crash out.
Again baiting the audience to give him more engagement. Thinking they're getting to me, proceeds to make 30 tweets about it. The fact that you keep talking about it though, makes me think it is getting to you. JJ plotted his revenge by putting Thick of It on 6 different ad cars to blast the song through the streets of London. KSI is forcing people to listen to his new song Thick of It. This has to be some form of punishment. WTF is his caption. It's called marketing. I can't even promote without people taking the piss now. It seems the only person who liked the song was KSI himself.
I think the song is an absolute banger. Oh my mama.
Hyping up the music video because nobody else would.
The music video to Thick of It is finally here. Let's do this.
When he tried to perform the song in India, the crowd pelted KSI with Prime. Professional reviewers gave it straight up 0%, or alternatively 5 out of 5 stars, by people who wrote paragraphs just to take the piss out of it. Getting 0 support from anyone,
Dang.
KSI chose to give up completely. He'd write generational haters everywhere. I'm so tired of it at this point. Just leave me alone, seeming genuinely sick of the hate he was getting.
Listening to the new KSI song until I cringe. Ready?
So obvious.
Go.
It's so obvious what you're gonna do. Let me guess. 1 second in. Cringe.
This carried over to an Aiden Ross livestream.
I don't want to be here, but I'm happy.
Why don't you want to be here?
Well, because you're just here to roast me.
No,
like the whole internet.
I'm being.
Yeah, lots of the crash outs did seem genuine. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think KSI is a good enough actor to pull off shit like this talking to Aiden Ross and other YouTubers who were there to be like, it's a song, bro. And then he got genuinely mad about it. I don't think he's a... No offense to KSI, I don't think he is a good enough actor to have pulled that off intentionally.
Your audience is the worst. Imagine putting your heart and soul into a project and then releasing it into the world and everyone's going, ha ha. I want it to stop. I want people to stop making fun of my song.
And singing the song to speed definitely wasn't helping his cause. So many streamers had roasted the song, JJ spent 35 minutes reacting to just some of them. However, as a result, KSI's strategy was starting to bear fruit.
Look at it on the bright side. At least you're getting plays. It's growing on people. It's growing.
How do you forget a song that you dislike but is stuck in your head? I heard about someone named KSI who made a song that everyone keeps making fun of. Out of curiosity, I looked it up, and now it won't leave my head. I really don't like the song at all and wish it would stop.
Does anyone else have this?
So yeah, I mean, it bears its fruit, right? And you know what? Fair enough from the comments he was making, you know, you put yourself out there, blah, blah, blah. But also at the same time, especially as someone who's a YouTuber, I feel like you know at a certain point that putting yourself out there bears risks, especially if you've made art, which is very subjective in the first place. I'm clipping this and sending it to him. No, don't do that.
Stupid KSI
mean.
song stuck in their head because of TikTok. But why is it actually catchy though? I want to hate on it with the rest of the internet, but I just found myself singing it like a hypocrite.
The song might have been terrible, but people couldn't stop listening whether they liked it or not.
This
To
video.
be fair, it was everywhere. So it was one of those TikTok audios that really took off as well, where it was just everywhere. You couldn't scroll anywhere without seeing it. So it stuck in my head for a little bit, and I only listened to the song actually once, but there's so many people reacting to it, you couldn't run away from it.
Video that got released 2 weeks ago is almost on 14 million views. Like, this is gonna be one of my most viewed
Which is money, which is bank, especially depending on the rate YouTube pays you. And if you're a YouTuber like him, probably a bunch. Probably a lot
videos
of money.
of all time.
People on Reddit noticed Thick of It is the most popular song on Genius right now, whilst Postlight reported Thick of It is projected to chart in the Billboard Hot 100. The
Dang.
song debuted at number 81, topped Spotify's Viral 100 chart, and brought KSI's monthly listeners to 10 million plus.
Ladies and gentlemen, Thick of It is now
Dang.
my 9th top 10 single.
A few days later, JJ went on Logan's podcast, and after the song came up in conversation, KSI admitted he was never really angry.
This is a good time for me to tell everyone.
But this is one of those things, as this podcast came out and this got clipped to shit, and it was him basically going, I did it on purpose, you're all stupid. I don't buy it. I'm sorry, bro.
That I'm actually not pissed. Like, I'm not mad.
He clarified there was some anger in the beginning.
The 2 tweets that I did at Dan.
The first 2.
I think those were genuine.
Yeah.
Those were me like, don't fucking come on my business. Da 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 da.
But for the most part, he was
Because at the same time in that podcast, he ended up saying some shit about Dan TDM being like, I'm not upset at him. He wishes he was me. It was still like, I'm not mad, bro, because my haters wish they were me. It was like, you are. Do you know what I mean? It was one of those things where it's like trying very hard to look unaffected, and it wasn't quite hitting the way he intended it to hit.
simply baiting attention.
Because I had a single coming out, I was like, I can just use this as a way to market my song. And it was just getting a ton of hate, people clowning on it. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me just lean into this and be pissed off, angry, tell people, guys, stop making memes. Knowing that they're gonna make more memes. Stop making fun of me, knowing that they're gonna make fun of me more. Stop making videos on me, you know, saying that my downfall is imminent.
The sidemen, however, weren't convinced it was all an act.
I thought
No one
JJ
cared about
orchestrated it all.
He is claiming that now.
He is claiming that.
He claims that to
We
us now.
know him.
We know him.
We know that at one point he was burning.
Bro, burn. Referring to this podcast here.
Well, I wasn't trying to make a funny
You weren't
song.
trying to,
I
but
was
you
literally
accidentally
trying
did.
to make a song about my life.
But is the song funny outside of the context?
It's not funny!
No,
It's
outside.
not funny!
No.
It's my life funny, bro!
No.
Bro said he was faking the anger. Whether or not the anger was real, the song did exactly what KSI wanted. With over 80 million streams at $3,000 per million, the song has estimated Spotify earnings of almost $250,000. Throw in another $250,000 from its 100 million YouTube views, and Thick of It has likely made JJ about $500,000.
Which is without tax. But still. Maybe I should make a song and just get irrationally mad about it on the internet. You know? Like, I don't take myself that seriously, but I could pretend to. For that amount of money? Oof.
Just from streaming alone. He's convinced now that the dust has settled, people are starting to realize that Thick of It is actually a good song, lol. Wait till I perform it to see how hard it goes. And to be fair, at a recent concert, the entire crowd was singing along. The song will likely never be respected, but it's still legendary in its own funny way.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. You know, it was an amusing song. It had a decent beat, but I will say it was auto-tuned to all shit. So if it is better performed live, then I've not heard the live version, and I imagine it would sound vastly different given how altered his voice was on the original. But fair enough. People do a lot of things for money. People do a lot of things for money. Not me, though. I have integrity. You can trust me. I'm an excellent YouTuber.